If you're already watching this channel, you probably already know Scott Snyder. He's a highly talented comic book writer and someone I have a lot of respect for. However, I don't always agree with him when it comes to comics, and this is one of those times. Now, Scott has a YouTube channel about being a comic book creator. It's really great. And a couple of months ago, he did a live stream with Max Visaggio, Vita Ayala, Aaron Gillespie, and Chris Sabella. YouTube being what it is, I only found out about it a couple of weeks ago, despite the fact that I am subscribed to his channel. Now, in the video, Scott said this.
But exactly what you're saying, where I feel like, for me, it was that same thing of just recognizing that, allowing yourself to say the only thing that's really important is the emotional truth of a story.
And a little bit later, he said,
if there's really an emotional heart to the whole thing, if it's about something that matters to you, and it's a personal story, and it's intimate, and it says something, then they'll sort of, hopefully you get it all right, and the plot hangs together well too, and all the sort of bolts and screws are in tight. But even that said, they will they'll give you some elasticity if it's about something that matters to you.
Okay, to be fair, in the stream, he did say that plot is important too, but Scott, I have to disagree with you here. Plot is paramount. Having a message is nice, it's fine, in certain circumstances, it's even commendable, but it's not more important than the plot. Plot is the story, and it has to make sense, even if that means you can't say the message that you want. If you don't believe my opinion, watch this.
I've always tried to do our stories so that it didn't matter if you were of the white race, the black race, the brown race, or whatever. So social issues I try to get in the background or underlaying a plot, but never to the point of letting it interfere with the story or hitting the reader over the head.
Even if your story has a great message, if I can't understand how characters get from point A to point B, then it's a bad story. Here's the thing. There is no reason to have gaping plot holes in comics, because it's you, the writers, setting the world and the circumstances. And I know that working on corporate-owned characters can be creatively constraining, but you can make changes to the continuity that allows your story to fit, but the changes themselves also have to make sense. Now, maybe it's editors that are making it difficult to have 100% plot cohesion by limiting what you can and cannot do. That could be the case. But I have seen some glaring plot holes that there is no excuse for, in my opinion. And there are many people who, like myself, pay close attention to plot and continuity because we like knowing the history of these characters and how the world that they're in works. If we can see plot holes in the plot, even if we agree with the message, we won't enjoy it because it won't make sense to us. There are also people who buy your books and don't necessarily agree with the message you're going to have. But if you have a great plot, then you can still grab them despite the fact that they disagree with you. Now, there are plenty of stories that have a message, but also have great cohesive plots. A recent issue of Hawkman had a fantastic issue that had an anti-war message. The previous one of Aquaman had an anti-Trump message. And as sick as I am of Trump metaphors in comics, I have to praise that run, because in a decade when the political context of Trump is gone, it will still be an enjoyable comic to read because the plot and story were done so well. And that's really what I'm trying to say here. Plot has to be paramount, not only because the story has to make sense, but also because the message you're trying to convey may no longer be relevant to the public in a few years' time. And once that happens, if you put the message as the most important part, people aren't going to give a damn about it anymore. Like I said, Scott, I like you and I respect you. I just think you're wrong on this. And if you think I'm wrong, then let's talk this out and have a discussion about it. I am always open to a conversation. Alright, I guess that's it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you enjoyed it. And remember, life is always better with a little mystery.